On November 14th, 1842, Mr. and Mrs. Smith were found brutally murdered in their home. There were four suspects in the case. They are Henry Barr, a farmhand for the Smiths, Anton Giesler, the Smiths' other farmhand, Mary Ann Abbott, the Smiths' niece, and Francis Curran, a local peddler. On the day of the murders, Henry Barr and Anton Giesler had tea with their employers, Alexander and Rebecca Smith, in the front room of the Smiths' home. After both Barr and Giesler finished their tea, Mr. Smith paid them both for their work, and they left. Giesler then snuck out to the workshop in the back of the house, leaving a footprint near the entrance of the workshop, and grabbed a hammer and an axe, leaving fingerprints on both weapons. He then circled around to the east window, leaving a footprint underneath the window, and broke in the Smith's home using an axe. Giesler cuts his leg when entering and leaves a fingerprint on the window and drips blood onto the floor. Giesler then sneaks towards the front room where Mrs. and Mr. Smith were sitting, dripping blood across the floor of the east room in the process. Giesler hits Mr. Smith on the left side of the head with his hammer. Mr. Smith collapses from the assault and bleeds out on the floor. Giesler then attacks Mrs. Smith, whose blood was found on the hammer, who then falls and hits her head on the fireplace edge and bleeds out on the floor. Giesler then leaves the scene of the crime, dropping the murder weapon in the parlor before leaving through the front door. Giesler wanted retribution against Mr. Smith for mocking him and for not speaking English, and he took his revenge when he knew that the Smiths would be home alone after their Sunday tea.